The Melbourne Scale. The Melbourne Scale was developed by researchers at the Catholic University of Leuven's Faculty of Theology and Religious Studies in collaboration with the Catholic Education Commission of Victoria, situated in the Archdiocese of Melbourne in Australia, hence its name. This measuring instrument shows in which way a Catholic school deals with the Catholic tradition today and how it wants to do so in the future. In the past, the Catholic identity or confessionality of Catholic schools was not a subject of discussion. The Christian faith was central to school identity. However, in present-day society, we can identify certain tendencies that strongly influence the identity of Catholic schools. On the one hand, the gap between Christianity and culture is widening. This process is called secularisation. On the other hand, the presence of different religions in society continues to grow. This process of increasing diversity is called pluralisation. These evolutions have put the Christian tradition, as well as Catholic identity, under pressure. Catholic schools are being faced with new challenges. The Melbourne Scale offers a schematic presentation of the ways in which these schools can deal with the tension between Christianity and culture. We can distinguish between 4 options. Option 1, Christian values education, was very popular in the 60s and 70s and is still the most applied approach to school identity today. A school that chooses this option focuses on universal values such as justice, freedom, responsibility and solidarity. The school then emphasizes the link between these values and the Christian faith. By choosing Christian values education, a school tries to hold Christianity and culture together for as long as possible. Option 2, secularisation, becomes increasingly popular in schools from the 80s onwards. A school that is secularising gives up its Catholic identity, consciously or unconsciously. The school becomes less and less overtly Catholic. The Catholic tradition disappears from school life and is sometimes even officially deleted. A school can also head towards the opposite direction and choose option 3, reconfessionalisation. In this way, the Catholic tradition regains a central place within the school. The Catholic faith is presented in an uncut manner as the answer to the evolutions in society. Both with secularisation and reconfessionalisation, Christianity and culture are each going their own way. There is no dialogue between the two. Christianity and culture are radically drifting apart. A school can also decide to stand right in the midst of the tension between Christianity and culture. This is option 4, recontextualisation. This school explicitly puts forward the Christian faith in dialogue with the plural context, out of the conviction that faith and culture enrich each other. Do you want to know how your school deals with its Catholic identity? Do you wonder which options are present in your school? The Melbourne Scale can provide the answers. The scale analyses the identity of your school by asking questions to staff members, students and parents on 2 levels. 1, the factual level. How do you think your school deals with the Christian faith? 2, the normative level. How do you think your school should deal with the Christian faith today and in the future? The answers clearly illustrate to which degree the 4 options are present in your school. The Melbourne Scale has already analysed the Catholic identity of many schools. Researchers have investigated which option best enables a school to present the Catholic tradition in a way that is sustainable and inspiring. What does this research show? The first option, Christian values education, is fruitful as long as people are sufficiently familiar with the Christian faith. However, in a secularised society, the link between values and faith is increasingly experienced as artificial and redundant. It becomes more and more difficult to bridge the gap between Christianity and culture. In the option of secularisation, faith is no longer mentioned at school. The option of reconfessionalisation does mention the Christian faith, but it does not recognise the culture as an active partner in the conversation. The 4th option, recontextualisation, enables a school to present the Christian tradition as a theologically legitimate and culturally plausible discourse. The Christian voice sounds from its own power and depth in the midst of a plurality of voices and enters into dialogue with other religions and philosophies of life. In this encounter, the school retranslates the Christian faith, using stories and symbols that can be appealing and inspiring for people today. In this way, a new chapter is written in the open story that Christianity essentially is. The message of Jesus Christ is open to the world and for all people. Do you want to know how you and your school deal with or want to deal with the tradition? Then visit www.schoolidentity.net. Fill in the surveys of the Melbourne Scale. Discover where you are and in which direction you want to go to, and get to work.